thing. Something that's coming up maybe very important, very serious. And, we need to be praying about. Needs the Lord's touch. Now, it's not involving the church, but it is involving the church family that's going through something right now that needs the Lord's touch. Now I'll just ask this: how many needs the Lord's touch on something in your life? We all do. But ain't there times in your life you need the Lord's touch even more than normal? Certain stuff comes up. So I'll need to give all the men after service. I'm concerned with this. The end. When Andrew gets here at services, just hand it to Andrew. He'll be putting it in the back room. Like I said, someone's shooting me because I walked out and forgot my candy again. I've got 3 bags laying at the house. I keep forgetting. But Andrew, you come on, what's up north? Grace and mercy, Lord, on this situation, Lord. We know, Lord, on this on this night, God, we need you to help us read the God, with the needs in his hand, Father, I pray. God, that you'll touch on him, dear Jesus, I thank you. In Jesus' name. Yes, amen and amen. You can be seen. You would have a little bit of respect. Certificate of baptism. This certifies that Elizabeth R. Mitchell and the R stands for Renee, right? Was baptized in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit on September 2016 at South Mills River of Mills River, North Carolina. Pastor Doug Jones. And the baptism of Jesus is on one side, the meaning of baptism, and the Lord's command is on here. So come on up, Elizabeth. Yeah, what's this I hear about you playing googly eyes during the wedding with the preacher's son? He checked his life. Amen. Come on, Brother Keith. How's it going to sound now, of course? Right here, I'll pray. Amen. Thank the Lord. We had a safe trip. We left about 8 o'clock this morning from Tybee Island. Very good, bro. I stand. We're about over 5 hours today. No. 1:30. Long years ago. They just quit singing on me because I got election. You know, there's one in every crowd, and we somehow got two of them. Thank God I was joking. But anyway, you say, well, I appreciate that was mean to say. Hey, no, I'm joking with you. I love Brother James. You can joke with him sometimes. Sometimes you can joke with him, and then other times he acts like a 2-year-old. What are you talking about? Hey, well, I'll say. I did ask Brother James this a little early, or Joe this, and I want to ask Brother James. Joe didn't say he had never heard of it, because I said, you know, only older person will know this. Do you remember an old Western TV show called Bronco? Yeah, man. I remember. I was asking Brother Joe today if he remembered it. Just ago. I watched it this morning on channel 21-2. Man, whatever channel that is. Blue, something. Word of God tonight is Brother James to be quiet for just a moment. I want you to turn with us to page Hebrews chapter number 11. How many know what Hebrews chapter 11 is?
Yeah.
It's the faith chapter.
Yes, sir.
Now listen. What is your faith tonight, or what is your salvation without faith? It's nothing. Brother Martha just said it. It is impossible to please God without faith. So if you're trying to please God and you're not having faith in Him, then you're not doing any good. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtain a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God. Things which are seen were not made of things which do. By faith Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous of his gift, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death. He was not found because God had translated him for before his translation he had this testimony that he pleased God. It is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. By faith, Noah being warned of God of things not seen, as yet moved with fear to the saving of his house, by which he the world became heir of the righteousness which is by what? Faith. Faith, Abraham, when he was called place which he should, after received for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out not knowing whither he went. Faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which have foundations, whose builder and maker is
God.
God. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age. But she judged him faithfully who had promised.
You can be seated.
We'll read on one more verse. Amen. Therefore sprang there even of one, him as a good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore, innumerable. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. Now you're just a stranger and a pilgrim here. If you're a Christian, born again, saved Christian, you're just a stranger and a pilgrim. You're just passing through. Who is, and now I'm going to throw a Bible trivia question out to you right now. Who is the man whose children are the stars in the sky? Abraham. We all know it's Abraham. Did he receive that because he was a good man? No. that because of the faith he had in God. His seed was blessed and has multiplied. Now don't die on me. Don't cry on me now. But did you know there's two types of faith in us? There's the good faith, then there's an evil faith. Well, pretty what's the evil faith? It's the faith that you had when you was lost. The faith in the things of this world. That's like a person says, well, I don't believe in God. I'll never believe in God. I'll never believe in nothing he ever created. I believe in nothing. Well, you believe in something. Nothing gives us something. You can't have nothing without having something. Well, preacher, it's just a whole lot easier for me to realize and have faith that we come from monkeys. I don't jump around and look behind me and see a tail. I'll leave that for a chimpanzee and my dog. I don't walk around like you, look at me old gorilla. I might look like one. But I know I didn't come from. Come on, man. It takes more faith to believe in that than it does that God created the earth. And a lot of Christians are sitting in church pews today, believe it, we come from monkeys. There's some people I look at and they're all hairy and everything. You think, well, you know, that might be. If you notice, 90% of people who have a beard, what are you getting at, preacher? Have you ever seen a bald-headed monkey? The only part of a monkey that is bald is its rear end. So if you believe that we come from monkeys, evidently you've got a monkey rear end on your face. Now, preacher, you're getting a little crazy there. It's the truth if you think about it. If you want to believe in that we come from monkeys, try to find a bald monkey. You ain't going to find one other than its rear end. Brother Josh, is like people try to argue that a frog don't hit its hind end every time it jumps. It does, but somebody wants to argue that it don't. It takes more faith to believe that it don't than it does that it does. It don't take faith to believe that a frog will hit its rear end. Just stand back and watch a frog hop. It's going to happen. I know this is not conventional style of preaching. Amen. But it's truthful. Yeah. Think about some of the stuff you believe in, and a lot of times it takes a lot of faith. You know, today, Brother James, I have a lot of faith that the Carolina Panthers will go in and just stomp a new one in Atlanta Falcons. But instead, Julio Jones set NFL records and set franchise records. Matt Ryan passed for over 500 yards today. Julio Jones received for an NFL record 360-something yards on 14 catches in one game. Defenses in the league. It was easy to say, I have faith that the Panthers are going to stop them. But you know what the truth of it was? My faith was in vain because they couldn't stop it. Listen, if you got faith in something that is not, then your faith is in vain. Well, preacher, how do we know that Christ was proven? Again, if you read his word, you will see that it is proven time and time again. How many times we read it right there? Because of Enoch's faith, he was translated. Never seen death.
That's it, brother.
What about Noah? Look, the greatest story in the Bible you'll ever read about faith is Noah. Why is that, preacher? Why is that one of the greatest places in the Bible you'll ever read about faith is Noah? The reason it's Noah is because of this one simple thing. When Noah started preaching all them 120, 30 years, whatever it was, he was preaching that there were floods coming. At that time, it had never rained from the sky. The water come up from the ground. So for them, you have lost until it started raining. And the water started to come up. And at that time, what took place? They ran to the ark. Let us in, let us in. They wanted to let them in, but God had shut that ark of the door of the ark closed, and he had sealed it with his promise, because the one that was on there had the faith in God to believe that it was coming. Right. Who made it on there? His family. Noah, his wife, there's 6 of them. Chap, and Ham, or however you say their names. I cannot say their name. It's Chap, Ham, something like that, and their wives. So what does that make? 8 wives, 8 total. And everything was flooded. All it took was a little bit of faith. Oh, yeah. Of what God. Now let's talk about that evil faith. What is that evil faith? That evil faith will get you in a lot of trouble, brother. Amen. How many times have you been sitting there back when you walked something across your mind to go do, knowing it was wrong? Come on, brother. Well, I might go buy them drugs over there. Knowing it's wrong, knowing I can go to jail for it, I'm going to go do it. It'll be all right. Then you get caught and you say, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. You had the faith in your leader to do it. Your leader being the devil. Amen. Anybody ever heard the old saying, grass ain't always greener on the other side? Sometimes, Brother Joe, that grass ain't greener. Sometimes you're better off staying where you're at. Sometimes you just need to buckle down and have faith for a little while, that God will see you to the other side. Where's our faith at tonight? Where's our faith in God? Is it being took place of evil faith? Well, preacher, I hear all these stories about how God moved on certain situations with people. How many thought, and if you just be honest and tell the truth, if you'd be honest tonight, how many thought, man, that's a little far-fetched. Every mile where Michael went, pay for his brother's funeral. You just, in our minds today, it's a little bit far-fetched that he would go to a red light. And be honest with you, I'm going to be truthful with you. If I didn't know it, I probably wouldn't have believed it. If I didn't know it, I probably wouldn't have believed it. But I know he wouldn't be. And listen, he ain't going to lie behind that second death. I know you probably see him driving that nice Ford car and all that. What do you drive? Yours pretty nice. As God bless you. Yeah. You don't know something, church? I'm going to get in trouble when I say it. It takes more faith not to put ties in that plate than it does to put it in there. Right. James taught on it this morning. One of the best lessons on tithes I've ever heard. And really, it wasn't James teaching, it's everybody just got involved.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
But it takes more faith not to pay your team than it does to pay. Well, preacher, you tell me not to pay my team? Yeah, if you don't have, if you've got the faith enough to know that you want to face God with the repercussions of not doing it, you've got more faith than I do. How many would say, I skipped paying my tithes, boy, I've got in trouble?
Oh, yeah.
Financially.
Things change, buddy.
Josh said, somebody's going to get it. It takes more faith not to. And look, listen, how many looks at your paycheck every week go? Good night. I mean, Uncle Sam comes in there and you just want to smack him one good time. I've never seen him in my life. I've seen someone dressed up as him. I've never seen Uncle Sam. I don't have an uncle named Sam, but he gets more money than I get. But see, I'm gonna show you a two-way street here on this faith. Uncle Sam don't trust you and don't have faith in you that you'd pay him. That's why he takes it every week. God says, I'm gonna put faith in my children. That they'll do what's right. They'll take it. See, God's putting faith in you. And He's even supplying it to you. That you will give that 10th part back. Uncle Sam don't even trust you. Do you think Obama, if he was walked through that door, do you think he'd trust anybody in here? No, don't say it like that, James. He wouldn't trust us, but before he got through that door, Secret Service would be all in here, and all of us would be frisked and everything else. Did you know for a week, before he come to actual, Secret Service was here eating at 12 bones every night to make sure they didn't get sick? If Anna got sick, then he would have been there. Our government, we paid that. When he comes to ask all his little trips, that money that Uncle Sam takes, you're paying for his trips. And all God asks you to do is have enough that He's got the faith in you, that you'll faithfully give it. Right. And then He's going to bless you for giving it. Amen. What blessing do you get when you pay your taxes every year? No, I get a pretty good healthy return. The older you get, the more children you have. Huh?
I said it increased every year.
Yes, sir. I remember when them two was small, Brother James, I'd go in there and I'd follow them, and I looked forward to the tax season when they were small.
Yeah.
I was like Brother Josh just said, I looked forward to it. Boy, I couldn't wait to sign them papers and send them off. Back to H.R. Block, got rapid refund. I'd go in there, file them, and walk out with the money that night. And $8,000 back for my kids. I don't get that now. There is people get that. There's people still get that today. I told one of them, I said, if I know the older they got, the less I got. I said, I'd have had more of them. They said there's a cutoff limit. Well, why did you start getting less? Two things. Kids got older. I started making more money. If you make $27,000 right now a year, you are considered the bottom of the middle class. You're the very bottom. Anything under that is poor. Middle class runs from right around $27,000, $28,000 all the way to like $200,000. It's a big spread on middle class. Then anything above $200,000 a year is rich. Anything below it is poor. Anything below $10,000 a year is considered poverty. And you think about this. I've never had a year, Brother Marshall, over $45,000 a year. I've never worked a job where I made over that. When you work a job where you make over that, you are blessed. And really, you should have no issues with money. Money should not be really that big of an issue if you're making over $45,000 a year. Because if you do the math on that, that adds up about anywhere between $650 to $800 a week you're bringing home. That is great money. If I could bring home that a week, I used to. Earlier this year, January, I averaged bringing home anywhere from $600 to $700 a week on average bring home. Working for snow. Well, preacher, you don't bring it home now? What did I do to bring it home? All the time with that. All the time with that. I had to sacrifice something. All the time. Yeah, I was missing a lot of Wednesday nights to make that kind of money. My faith is leaning into the Almighty God. Anywhere from 60 to 70 hours a week. Well, preacher, you want a job where you work 6 days a week? Yeah. 6 days a week, 8 hours a day. If I work 8 hours, how much time does that leave me up? 16. And I was working 12 to 15 hours a day. And you look at what I was losing. There was no time for this. Did y'all even notice back earlier this year I didn't preach the very first part of this year a lot? Every few and far between I preach. We either had a preacher coming in quite often. If you notice, that slowed down a whole lot. These preachers, they had, well, Joshua was preaching at the time. Andrew and Wade done a lot of preaching during that time. And I ain't trying to take anything from them. They still get their opportunities to preach. Last week, they preached twice in 1 week, both of them. Well, what are you getting at, preacher? I realized that because my faith was in a dollar bill. In God. My faith has been moved to an evil faith. Sure, not as easy as it once was. Brother Marshall, sometimes we pinch pennies now to make ends meet. But you know something? I'm as happy as I can be. Oh, yeah. I have time to be in the Bible. Have time to play the Xbox with him. Have time to go to the ball game with her. Have time to kick on her. Sometimes our faith becomes in that money. It becomes an evil faith. And we lose sight of what's needed.
Yeah.
My faith is not in this world. But my faith is of that world.
That's right.
Gomer Powell used to say it like this: that money is ill-gotten gain. Well, preacher, where'd you get that? Just watch Gomer Powell and the USMC. Anytime they're talking about money they're gambling with or anything, time they're getting money other than their paycheck, he called it ill-gotten gain. And he'd say, my grandma always said that ill-gotten gain, don't use it. When your money becomes your God and it becomes your faith, then you have ill-gotten gain.
when it takes the place of your family and it takes the place of your God, your faith has become evil.
That's right.
We don't need anything to become evil.
Yes, sir.
I was thinking that what showed out to me a lot was, and I'm going to use Brother Martin for this example. A little over a year ago, he sat right there in that chair, in that pew, and he said, it feels like I'm in a boat and I'm paddling and I ain't going nowhere. But then I saw a change in Martin. Martin quit caring about everything else and just started caring about his children. You notice they was going places on Sunday afternoons when they was with him. They wasn't going spending a whole bunch of money, but they was doing stuff being together.
Yes, sir.
What took place? I see a closer family now than I did. I see him and his kids are closer now than they were. Right. But worrying about everything else. See, that's where our faith goes into the dollars when we start worrying.
Okay.
I'm a worry warrior. So when it's the first of the month, Sherry gets aggravated at it. I drive her nuts over the house payment. I said, "Is the house payment gone yet?" And Friday or Thursday there, I called her, or one of the days, Friday I believe it was. I said, "Have you got the house payment yet?" She said, "I'll be glad when the next 6 years is over with and I ain't got to deal with that house payment and you call me every time." Well, preacher, you don't trust her? No, it ain't that I don't trust you. I always want to make sure. Listen, you should have priorities. In your life, you should have priorities. God first. In faith, you should have priorities. God first.
That's right.
Amen, brother.
That's right.
Then making sure there's a roof over our heads.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You shouldn't pay a vehicle payment. You shouldn't pay a cell phone payment. You shouldn't pay anything. You shouldn't pay a cable bill. That should be paid if you can't pay your house. That house payment should be paid first. If you're worried about cell phone and vehicles, I guess you better get ready to cuddle up that cell phone and make sure that seat sleeps real good in that car. If you're paying them before you pay the place over your debt, right? But before you pay even your house payment, you should give God what it is. If you get your priorities straight and get your faith where it needs to be, faithfully rely on God. From fully rely on God. But you've got to put God first.
That's right.
Your faith has got to be in God.
Yes, sir.
Right, every stand to our feet. God spoke to your heart. I know it wasn't a shower. I know it wasn't a normal kind of message on faith. But I felt it was needed. What God said, that's what I'm going to deliver. God spoke to your heart tonight. You need to go. Just bow eyes, please. No one look around, please. Just carry from this moment. Search your heart real deep down inside. Father, we come. Lord, I pray your name. God, I pray, Lord, you'll help us. God, I pray, Lord, the situation, Lord, you know so much pray. Lord, you see all that's involved.
Hallelujah. What fruit? I don't want to rub this in. But how many had a real good lunch today? I had a real good. I had pinto beans with Polish sausage cut up in it, with onions cut up in it, and cornbread.
Yeah. Huh.
Man, I sit there like a mule eating grass. I was grinning from ear to ear. Had me 2 bowls of it.
Same.
Well, find you a wife and have it. Oh, I couldn't resist that one. James has picked on me ever since he got here tonight. I just got to pick him back. And I do want to say this before anybody leaves. I did not mean anything by about monkey butt being bald. We get to, but it is the truth. It's hard to fathom that we come from a market. Unless they're good with toothpaste. Go pray and come pray. Don't forget to tell someone about Jesus. I need to meet with the men. Brother White is listening to prayer.
Lord God, I come tonight and thank you for another opportunity back to our house. Lord, I thank you for your many blessings. Lord, I thank you for the message that was preached tonight and the message that was preached this morning. Lord, I pray now that you please help us as we go, Lord, and help us come back to your house. Keep us safe through the week, Lord. Just pray, man.